Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday market webcast. Okay, daily chart, and we talked yesterday about how we had made all-time highs in the cash, all-time highs in the new June contract, but we had left a lower high in the March contract. And I said at the time, look, I don't know if it's going to happen or if it's not going to happen, but they don't like leaving stray stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we went and made all-time highs. Great job, Bears. I mean, there you go. And what made it even worse is they brought it down right into, a solid morning low, a solid, dip that they went ahead and bought. And after churning it a little bit midday, they just, they left it late. They tried to push them down right around 3:30, and then they just ripped it. Absolutely ripped it. In this 3 o'clock hour, and they closed it basically on the highs. So what you've got here, it's pretty simple. There's not much more to say than that. You have a series of higher lows and higher highs. You have a chart that's just walking everybody right on up. And, there are spots to be short. We had a nice little short yesterday in the regular session, to move down into that low area. At the same time, it was really sloppy yesterday. It bounced a lot. There were nothing really, at least from my perspective, it was holdable. But I'm always the first one to admit when I'm not seeing a tape well. For whatever reason, I didn't see the tape well yesterday. It ended up being about an 18 handle day for us, but that whole last ripper there, I had taken my foot off the gas at that point. So we were flat then. We're still flat now. And we were short, but we weren't short for the bulk of that move down. I didn't cover down in the teens. I was kind of waiting to see if the Bears had more to do, especially on a Monday where, the potential to go down and get something like weekly pivot down there at 38.89, it started to look pretty real if they were able to put together, maybe one more lower low. So I ended up getting stopped out on the way back up. For 10, we were in from 32.75, and which is not bad. I mean, we did a 6.10 and 10, a 6.10 and 9. It didn't feel good because there were bigger moves, the edges of which were not, just didn't set up well for me. And I said in the room yesterday, for not only me, but for everybody who's a trader out there, not every tape is going to be right in your wheelhouse of this is a tape that I'm seeing well and executing on, and everything is great, and it's blue sky forever. When you see a tape like that, when you get into a tape like that, what you need to do is focus on your rules, focus on risk, and focus on hitting your goals for the day, which we did. Our goal is to make 4 handles a day on average every day. We did 18, and I'll take it. And you don't want to overtrade when you're not seeing it well. And sometimes a byproduct of not overtrading is saying at 3:30 when you get stopped out of a short, not for a loss, but just for even, saying, look, we're done. And then sometimes it's going to turn around, it's going to rip it up in your face and launch it, and you'll be like, how many of those have I traded? But it's better to have the opportunity cost than to be overtrading at a tape where you just don't feel comfortable. And everybody's going to have days like that. So for me, I'm trading a couple hours this morning, and then I'm going to get my second vaccine shot today up in North New Jersey. So I'll let everybody know how that goes. We'll see what the side effects are from the second vaccine. I think it's important as people do this that they let people know that that they're doing it and how it feels, so other people can kind of go to school on them or whatever. So that's my day. So hopefully I'll be back in the afternoon and we can trade in the room in the afternoon. But for today, you see the 66 high. They spiked it up there. You had retail sales and prices this morning, import prices. So there were things to be okay with, and there were things that probably concerned the tape. You see the hourly mid-band there coming in right around 57. Volume weighted average price 58.75. Our proprietary moving average is at 60. They spiked it to 66. They knocked it down to 59 and change. They've been kind of making a lower high here, 63, 64. We messed around with it a little bit, but I'm not a big fan of trading between 8:30 and 9:30 in the morning, unless it's something that really just screams, you got to trade me. So we tried it a little bit, took a 3-tick loss, and now we're hanging out. I will be very interested to see what the 57 to 60 area wants to do off of the open. I expect it to be choppy. I expect it to be whippy. You've got a tape that has moved significantly from 3 p.m. yesterday, and anytime you get up into new all-time highs, up into basically blue sky, you've got to wonder how it's going to react. So we'll see what the dips look like. You got to control your risk. If they can convert the 57 to 60 area to resistance, I think you at least have a chance to get back into those low 50s, which was your Globex low from last night. If the 57 to 60 area wants to hold up as support, then I think you've got to try the long side, see if they get it over the top of 66. We talked last week or the week before, I forget when I said it, it doesn't matter, that if they keep this up, that 4,000 level is going to magnetize, and we're going to go print it. Whether you want it to or not, whether you agree with it or not, price doesn't really care. But if you keep doing this kind of stuff on dips, it's just a series of higher lows and higher highs. And why 4,000? Well, because it's what's next. We said the same thing at 2,000, 3,000. I'll tell you the same thing about 4,000. It's just what's next. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. Come check out the room, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook, and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.